History rarely repeats itself exactly, but sometimes it rhymes so loudly that the entire world stops to listen. Today, that echo is coming from the deserts of the Middle East. U.S. cargo aircraft are landing one after another. Military warehouses are filling at a pace rarely seen in recent years. Warships are taking position across strategic waters. Tankers, drones, missiles, logistics. Every piece of the American military machine appears to be moving into place. And suddenly, a question that haunted the world in 2003 has returned. Is Washington preparing for another major attack? The comparison with Iraq is impossible to ignore. Before the invasion of Iraq, the United States didn't begin with tanks crossing the border. It began with logistics, endless transport aircraft, massive ammunition dumps, fuel depots, medical units, engineering brigades, supplies that quietly transformed deserts into launch pads. Today, analysts are once again watching the logistics. Reports suggest that American strategic warehouses across West Asia are operating at near maximum capacity. Cargo traffic has accelerated well beyond routine military resupply. Every additional flight raises another question. Are these simply deterrence measures or preparation for something much larger? Former British diplomat Alistair Crook believes the current ceasefire framework between Washington and Tehran remains dangerously fragile. According to him, it is less a peace agreement than a temporary pause, vulnerable to collapsing under the weight of new disagreements and fresh military incidents. And those disagreements are already visible. The latest flashpoint remains the Strait of Hormuz, the narrow waterway through which a huge share of global oil trade passes. Conflicting interpretations of navigation rights have repeatedly brought American and Iranian forces back to the edge of confrontation. After renewed exchanges, both sides have agreed to resume negotiations in Doha in an effort to prevent another escalation. But diplomacy is only one half of the story. Transport aircraft, aircraft carriers, missile destroyers, and military logistics are writing the other half. Every modern war begins with supply chains. Missiles need replacement, aircraft need spare parts, Patriot batteries need interceptors, ground forces require fuel, food, and medical support. Without logistics, even the strongest army cannot fight for long. That is why military planners often say amateurs study battles, while professionals study logistics. The question now is not whether America possesses overwhelming firepower. The question is what that firepower is being prepared for. Some analysts believe the military buildup is designed to strengthen Washington's negotiating position. The larger the military presence, the stronger the pressure on Tehran to compromise. Others see a different possibility. The Pentagon is preparing for every scenario, including one where diplomacy collapses overnight. That does not automatically mean a ground invasion is imminent. A campaign against Iran would be fundamentally different from Iraq. Iran is geographically larger, militarily more capable, and far more difficult to occupy. Its missile arsenal, mountainous terrain, Revolutionary Guard units, and network of regional partners would make any prolonged campaign vastly more complicated than the Iraq invasion of 2003. That reality explains why many experts believe even limited military action carries enormous risks. One missile exchange could close shipping lanes. One attack could send oil prices soaring. One mistake could pull multiple regional powers into a conflict nobody truly controls. Meanwhile, Washington continues building leverage while Tehran continues strengthening its own posture. Each side insists it wants peace. Each side simultaneously prepares for war. That paradox has defined nearly every major Middle East crisis over the past half-century. Perhaps this military buildup is nothing more than insurance, ensuring diplomacy succeeds because the alternative looks too dangerous. Or perhaps history is quietly repeating its oldest lesson. Wars are often decided long before the first shot is fired. They are decided in warehouses, on cargo aircraft, inside shipping manifests, in fuel depots, and in the silent movement of machines that most people never notice until the missiles finally arrive. For now, the world waits. Doha may produce another handshake, or history may remember these weeks as the moment the world's largest war machine quietly rolled into position while everyone was still talking about peace.